Hello YouTubies, and thanks for watching one of my most bodacious of all time YouTube videos, right? And we're going to talk about teenage boys. So this is going to be a topic that everyone has to hear, especially when we're talking about in the UK. You know, the UK seems to think it's brilliant, etc. And that's some things we are pretty good. But there's one area that I think we are sort of lagging behind everybody else, and I don't know what it is, I don't know what caused it, but for God's sake, stop doing it. Now, every time I walk down the street, every single bloody day, I'll walk down the street, go to the off license, go to the shop, go to the gym, no, you name where I go, and there's always some lad between the ages of 25 and 14, and he thinks it's really cool to walk around with his hand down his pants. Now, I'm talking about this hand down his pants. Of course, I'm not talking about my whole hand down his pants. That would look really strange, and not to mention a little bit odd in the street. Can you imagine that, me walking around with my hand down their pants in the street? That's an arrestable offence, no doubt about it. But it's okay, of course, that these lads are able to do that. You know, if you saw like a 6-year-old walking down with his hand down his pants all day, you might actually start to question what you should do about it. In fact, I think he'll be reported to the police pretty much instantly. But it seems to be okay that these kids can do it. And people say, oh, it's a rapper thing, it's something like that. No, it's not. It's not a rapper thing at all. It's got nothing to do, and even if it was, it's bloody disgusting. I mean, let's say a rapper thing was me walking around with my cock hanging out, right? Or stripping naked. That's a cool rapper thing, right? I'll be arrested on the spot, but it seems to be okay as long as it's, you know, teenage boys that are doing it. I think that's, you know, it's sort of exposure of some type, isn't it? It's not really acceptable. It shouldn't really be acceptable, but people have to put up with it. And then they're handing over money to people. I mean, they're robbing people and then handing over money, of course. But these people walking around with their hands down their pants, they're not nice kids. They're little scallywags. They're little... I mean, I can't swear really too badly on this video, but to put it bluntly, they're dickheads. Alright? They're real big dickheads in the streets. And sometimes I just feel like telling them, oi, just put your bloody hand away from that. Doesn't look good. And why are you showing me? I'm a bloody man. I'm a bloody man. I don't want to see you with your hands down your pants, you scruffy git. Why are you showing me? I'm like, you know, in 30s. Why are you showing me what you're doing with your little todger? You're trying to see if it's still there or something. That is absolutely disgusting. And I think some of them may even do it just to gross you out, which just shows you that's got nothing to do with rapping at all. And I don't understand where this cultural rapping came from. I mean, I don't think it's been translated very well at all, you know. Some of the dance moves that Michael Jackson used to do were a bit odd. But I don't think rappers actually do walk around with their hands down their pants all the time. And it doesn't look cool either. I mean, you've got one hand. If somebody wants to slap you, you only got one hand to use, alright? So, listen lads, it doesn't look cool, and it makes you all look like a bit of a knob. Alright? Now, I've seen some things in my life, but for heaven's sake, UK, clean your act up, alright? Stop these young kids walking around with their bloody hands down their fucking pants. It doesn't look cool, and it's scruffy. In fact, you know, the total disregard of respect for other people's beyond comprehension in this country, in England especially, because that's where it's happening most. Total disregard for respect for anyone. And, you know, you can go to any country in the world and they won't put up with it. They won't put up with some scruffy little git walking around with his hands down his pants. Can you imagine what happens if he was in an Arab country, for instance? I mean, that hand and that todger will be chopped off. No doubt about it. And I think we've got to start doing some castration among these young people, because they don't seem to know what to do. Now I'm sure sometimes people are just caught off guard, you know, somebody wants a scratch without anybody looking, but they plainly know I'm looking. They plainly know I'm looking when I'm walking past, and then they keep their hands down there. Take your hands out of your bloody fucking pants. Honestly, it doesn't really look that good on you. It doesn't look good on anyone. And if I did it, I'll be arrested. If anybody did it who was older than you, they'll be arrested. I don't understand. I mean, can you imagine, you know, police officers started doing it, or somebody in the 70s, you know, hey, they're going to look like a total prick. And that's exactly what you guys look like when you do it. You do look like fucking pricks. To put it bluntly, that's exactly the way you look when you're walking around with your hand down your pants, your scruffy gits. Stop bloody doing it. Stop making yourself look like dickheads all the time. And, you know, people might say, oh, this video, it's going over the top. No, it's quite an informative video. It's how people actually feel about the subject. You know, it should be against the law, in a way, because you are sort of threatening, in a way, when you're doing that. It's like a threatening behaviour. I mean, I've heard of, and I've also seen, by the way, school kids coming out, primary school kids coming out, and teenagers walking around with their hand down their pants. It sort of is not right, is it? You know, little 8-year-olds seeing like these knobbish kids across the road smoking a bit of mashed potato. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, I think this is absolutely ridiculous, but whatever. Anyway, I'll see you later, and goodbye for now. Bye bye.